Christmas Day. It will be very nice all during the day with no wet weather at all. Expect a sunny morning, then cloud building later. Now showers may develop, but not before 9 p.m.
That was Jane Bunn's forecast for Christmas Day. There were farmers just crying in their paddocks when it was announced that Jane was leaving Win TV to head to the Big Smoke down here at Channel 7 in Melbourne. And she joins us now. Jane, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Darren. Awesome to be in the 3AW studios.
Yeah, nice of you to come in on a Christmas Eve. Have you done all your shopping? You all ready for tomorrow?
Look, I do have to get one more thing, which I'm going to grab in my quick lunch break after this, and then I'm done.
Now, tell us, you did weather at Win for, what, 3 years?
I think it was almost... It was 5 years and 1 week. It was almost to the day.
So you worked with Dennis Walter when he was...
No, he left just before me.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yep.
And so what were you doing before that? You were a qualified meteorologist working at the Bureau.
Yeah, so at the Weather Bureau, they sent me up to Sydney where I was a forecaster there for a couple of years. And then I was at the Weather Channel in their morning programs.
Oh, you worked at the Weather Channel. That would be a dream for me. What's that like?
It's great. It's really, really
You just
good.
talk weather all day.
Well, that's
I
what
love
my
the
job
weather.
is. I've turned my hobby into my career, and I get to do what I live and breathe the weather, and I get to talk about it every night. It's
That's exactly right. So from the Weather Channel, you went to Win.
great. That's right.
And had you done any TV apart from the Weather Channel before?
My first time on TV was while I was at the Weather Bureau, and they had this studio built in there. It was new and a bit fancy, and we were all a bit excited about it. Now,
Down here in Collins Street, diagonally opposite here.
No, this is up in Sydney, but
Oh, of course.
it was
That's
at
right,
the
went to Sydney.
end of a very long night shift.
Yeah.
And you don't really dress up on night shifts, and so I was
Right.
wearing jeans, runners, and a T-shirt. Now, the T-shirt was bright yellow and had a picture of a bird on it. It
Right.
said, "A little birdie told me." Now, here I was going and talking about the weather, and I had that T-shirt on. Anyway, my mum rang immediately afterwards and said, "Keep a shirt in the office, Jane."
We're not wearing no yellow T-shirt with a bird
No.
anymore. So Channel 7, did they ring you up out of the blue, or did you approach them because you wanted to come to Melbourne? What happened there?
We had been talking for a little while, but it came to the point where there was this opportunity, and I said, yes, please, I'd love to do it. In terms of what I get to show people now, it's fantastic. I've got this amazing graphics package that I can actually show the showers moving through, where they hit, where they didn't hit, who's likely to get. It's great.
It's great.
It's what I've always wanted, and I'm here, and it's turning out to be perfect.
Fantastic. Well, I've got to declare my cards. I'm a mate of David Brown's.
Cool.
Years ago in FM land, we worked together, and he did the weather there. But he was moved on to the 4:30 news, which he's still on, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, he's around there all day. It's good. We get to work together.
Yeah, that's right. And then Gian came in, and then I think she had a baby, didn't she?
She did, yes.
And then Joe Bailey, and now you. I mean, they're shuffling the deck chairs around a lot, Joe.
Well, hopefully things are going well so far. Hopefully I will get to stay for as long as I can, because it's what I've always wanted to do, and here I am actually getting to do it.
Tremendous. Now, at home, I have a thing called a Netatmo, and it is a cylindrical device, and it plugs into your wireless network, and there's a smaller cylindrical device outside, and via the internet on an app on my phone, it gives me humidity, temperature inside, temperature outside, the lowest, minimum overnight, highest. It gives me air quality, how much carbon dioxide's in the air, Jane. I'm excited by it. I love the weather just as much as you do.
I love it too. I now live in an apartment, but before, when I was in a house, I had an actual automatic weather station, the Stevenson screen, like that white box you see around them. I actually had one of those in my backyard.
You're kidding.
And I loved it. That was great. But it doesn't fit on the balcony.
I'll see you your Stevenson's box,
Okay.
and I'll raise you an electronic automatic rain gauge that I've just installed.
So how many millimetres did you get the other night?
Oh, look, you can believe it. I didn't check.
Oh.
Yeah, good on me. But it's a fantastic device. Yeah, it's on the roof of the house, and then wirelessly, again, it transmits the amount, and it's self-emptying, so you don't have to get up,
that's good.
which is clever, isn't it? There's some good devices you can get now for weather watchers like myself.
Yes, and they're not
yourself.
as expensive as they used to be. Just
No.
like everything else, it gets cheaper, including petrol, apparently.
Yeah, that's right. To become a qualified meteorologist, how long's the course and where do you study, and what's the qualification called?
I did a Bachelor of Science at Monash.
Whoa.
I majored in two things, mathematics and atmospheric science.
Yeah.
I did the maths so I could do more atmospheric science subjects because that's what I really wanted to do.
Yeah.
As part of that, I got to go overseas to Penn State University in the US.
Serious?
And it was great. It was a semester over there in this amazing. They have so many people interested in it, and they have their own weather station. They have a radio station. They have a broadcasting unit. So that was when I first got to go, yes, I like
This is
the
what I
idea
wanna
of the
do.
broadcast part of it too.
Yeah.
When I got back, I applied to the Weather Bureau, and I was lucky enough to be accepted that year. They get you to do a 1-year graduate diploma of meteorology at their head office here in Melbourne, and so did that one, and then got posted to Sydney after that.
Aha.
And I love the forecasting side of it. Absolutely. That's what I spend my day doing. But I felt that we'd spend all day working out exactly what the right forecast was in the right terminology that we had to use. And we'd put it out there, and you had no control over how people interpreted what it actually meant. So
Right.
I started talking about it and went into the media.
Yeah, gotcha. Now, Melbourne born and bred, you said you went to Monash, so that's an indication to me that you went to school here.
Yeah, grew up in Melbourne in Bayside suburbs, and family's still there. And
Frankston
I'm
High?
back home. Not quite Frankston.
Brighton
a bit
Grammar?
closer. I was actually a Furbank girl. So there
Furbank
you
girl.
go.
Jane's a Furbank girl. And personal life at the moment, are you attached? Do you have a partner? Or
I have a significant other that I've been married to for quite some time.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
It'll be our 9-year anniversary in January.
Oh, you don't look that old to be
Well,
married for
thank
9
you.
years. And what does significant partner do?
He's in IT, and the cool thing is we met on the first day of uni.
Oh, is
Absolute
that right?
first day.
How
I
about
started
that?
doing a software engineering course. I was no good at that.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for Michael. He helped me through some of my homework. But yeah, didn't finish that one, but he did. So
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, weather tomorrow, we just heard your weather report earlier. It's going to be a beauty, isn't it? For those that are entertaining outside, friends, even for the hot meals, the turkey, the ham, it's going to be great, isn't it?
exactly. You can go either way tomorrow. Perfect weather, about 24 is what I'm thinking. So you can go hot dinner, you can go cold dinner, and
Yep.
it's all good. And during the day, there'll be heaps of sunshine in the morning, bit of cloud building in the afternoon. No wet weather whatsoever. But there is a cold front crossing the Bight, big band of showers, really cold air in behind it. So that will hit after 9 p.m. So the day is great, but then temperature will plummet. And the alpine areas, our mountains, should wake up to some snow on Boxing
Is that
Day morning.
serious?
So, yeah,
Wow, how about that?
it's a big change.
That is a significant cold front, isn't it?
Exactly, and then, but it's a quick one, so it moves out really quickly, and we should be all good by the first ball of the test.
Fantastic. Now, you would be like me, I would imagine, and loving the weather, but what about extreme weather? How much do you love that? How much do you love a
extreme weather.
storm?
I love a storm.
So do I.
My initial interest was snow. When I went skiing for the first time, that is what got me absolutely hooked.
Yeah.
And so that's where it started. That's where it all began.
Yeah.
But it progressed into other things, and I'm unlucky. People would say I'm lucky. I moved to Sydney for 5 years and never once got a big hailstorm. That's what I wanted.
You're kidding, because they have massive ones.
Exactly.
There's a one roofs around the airport area. Tiled roofs were smashed through and stuff like that.
And so maybe just, come near where I am, because it means you won't get hit, hopefully, because I just miss
That's
out.
right.
Because I want it so much. Anyway,
Yeah.
But yeah, I love all types of weather, except wind. That's my least favourite.
Yeah, me
thanks
too.
to my hair.
Yeah, well, that's right. I loathe the wind as well. And so, what
You
will-
can't have too much of a problem with that, though, can you?
Yeah, good on you, Jane. Just gone. Amazing how quickly go off, people. How much wind will there be tomorrow? Nice calm day.
It will be pretty good. It'll be a moderate, and it'll turn northerly, and then we'll get that change much later. So watch out for that one. But during the day, not too bad at all.
What do you reckon the reaction's been? Because the Bureau have recently changed the way that they give the information over, like what you were talking about just earlier, insofar as they're using percentages of the chance of rain now rather than showers and rain. They're saying 60% chance of rain.
Yeah, no, they're
Do
still
you liking the new system?
sort of. They're still differentiating between showers and rain. What is the difference? Showers start and stop, and you might not get anything at all.
Yep.
Rain affects everyone. This is reminding me of a radio interview I did in Sydney. I really wanted to tell the difference, so without really thinking about it, I said, everyone in Sydney should get some this morning.
Right.
I was talking about
Right.
rain.
Talking about rain.
Anyway, so
exactly.
now everyone will go, rain, yes, everyone
Yeah.
gets some. Anyway, so they still differentiate between those two, but it's more how likely you are to get hit when they're talking about showers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what they do, yeah.
And then there's other types. There's, what else is there? Drizzle.
There is drizzle.
Now, what's drizzle? That's where the particles of water which permeate from the sky are under a certain amount, certain
Yeah.
size.
They're tiny, so you still get wet. I like to call drizzly showers. It's that grey cloud that just hangs around for days and days while a high pressure system is back over the Bight. But
Yeah.
as soon as that moves away, everything clears out. But yes, we get those drizzly showers that are annoying and don't really fill the rain gauges.
Now, what is dew point? That used to drive me crazy.
Oh, dew point is my favourite thing in the world.
Is it? So explain to me, but if the dew point temperature is something, that means that's... Can you tell me?
Okay, dew point tells us how much moisture is in the air. So
Right.
you go, oh, but relative humidity.
That's
doesn't that
humidity.
tell us? It is relative to what the actual air temperature is. So the other night we had this amazingly high dew point temperature. Today it's sitting on around 9 or 10, so it feels much drier. It's not as muggy.
Yeah.
Whereas when we had that really hot night, it was up around 19, 20 degrees.
So it's related to relative humidity.
It
Because
is
that's the moisture in the
calculation
air.
that it comes out. But anyway, so if you've got a dew point that's up above 15, you're feeling how sticky the air is,
Right.
and that's where you're more likely to get all that wet weather because you've got that moisture source.
Yeah.
If it's around 10, you're going, this is pretty nice. If it's around 5 or 0, then it's a fairly dry air mass. Now, in summer, say Sydney and Melbourne, both tops of 25 degrees. In Melbourne, generally the dew point will be down on about 6 or 7, and so it feels not as warm as it could be. But
Yeah.
Sydney, that's up on 19, 20, and it feels much, much warmer.
Right.
Because of the moisture in there.
And to measure that, there's dry bulbs and wet bulbs, isn't there?
There is, all in
Thank
that
you.
lovely Stevenson screen I was
In
talking
the
about before.
Stevenson screen.
Yes.
That's the one. Jane, lovely to see you. What are you doing tomorrow with Michael?
With Michael, I'm
your mum
going
and
back
dad's?
home to Mum and Dad's house.
Ring
We're
up a
having
few friends from Furbank?
We're having a lovely Christmas dinner, but then I'm coming in the afternoon to present the weather tomorrow night.
Fantastic. And just quickly, finally, to finish up, what will it be? Do we know yet for New Year's Eve?
We do.
What's going to happen then?
It is good. So after we clear out Boxing Day, we warm up over the weekend,
Yeah.
heaps of sunshine. Next change, Monday night, Tuesday morning.
Right.
Again, a quick one. So by Wednesday, New Year's Eve, it's looking really good. It's just like mid-20s, not much going on at all. No wet weather. Great.
Fantastic. Jane, lovely to meet you. I'll be watching you on Channel 7 tonight, and next time I check my wet bulb, I'll think of you.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
Good. Jane Bunn from Channel 7 on 3AW at 14 to 1.